Time to get ready for the Larry and Needles Show. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Larry and Needles Show. I'm Larry.
And I'm Needles. How you doing, Larry?
I'm pretty good, man.
Thanks for punching me in the dick last night at Krav Maga. You fucking, you son of a bitch, man. You don't punch Dave in the dick, do you?
Mm-mm.
No. Why'd you punch me?
I hardly know Dave.
Huh?
I hardly know Dave.
So just because you know me, you punch me in the dick?
No.
I mean, if you want to see it, I'll show it to you.
No, I'd rather just punch you in the balls.
Okay, well, you didn't even punch me in the balls.
Well, here,
you punched me square in the dickhead.
That just proves the point
that you love
I did
me?
it on accident because
he did it twice.
It didn't follow through to the balls. And fucking, here's the thing. I was just getting overzealous, you know, the guys talking about beating the fuck out of people and all this stuff. And
You punched me in the dick, Larry. Twice.
It was an accident, man.
Twice is not an accident.
Okay. I didn't do it twice.
Yeah, you did.
When?
The second time.
When was the second time?
You hit me once, and then you hit me again.
After I hit you and you said it the first time.
Well, the first time was hard.
Again.
The second time wasn't. I mean, it was noticeable.
Oh, okay.
Noticeable, shall I say. But it hurt.
I don't even know. I got these gloves on. I don't know where the end of
No,
my
you're a
fist is.
fucking animal out there. I mean, you're just grabbing people. We did a drill last night that's hilarious. So you attack somebody, and then you have a perpetrator behind you lurking in the shadows.
Yeah. So what you're doing is you're punching. Okay, one guy's
punching
holding
a pad.
pads.
Yeah,
it's three people. One guy's holding pads, and one guy's punching the pads, and now the third guy comes up and attacks you from behind.
You're the rapee, and the rapist is behind you, shall we say?
Or no, I was thinking more like you're beating up his friend, and now his friend is coming to join in to help him.
Oh, I was just working a chick over, and another one came behind me.
See, you're telling me I'm sick.
In my scenario, it's all women, though.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be punching on a woman like that.
No, I would never do that. I don't condone abuse of any kind. Animals, children.
No.
The most depraved of people do that.
That is true.
So I apologize for our hiatus. I got arrested with a prostitute, and my social credit score went down. So our fascist regime of a country that's communist run right now.
Well, does this affect your?
Yes. Well, I had to. What do you call it?
Case that you got
well, I had to do like community service technically. So I volunteered at a transvestite car wash. And let me tell you,
where is it at?
Men, shave your legs if you're going to become a woman. I mean, it is not a good
I don't
sight.
have to shave mine. I'm naturally hairless.
Well, thank God you have socks on, because
I know.
I really did not want to see your feet right now.
The weather's getting cooler.
Yeah, it is, which is good. I like the change of weather. It's hoodie season.
Yeah, I got a new car today. Very
exciting. You did.
Yeah.
Congratulations, because your other one sounds like a monster truck.
If anyone's ever familiar with the Archie's comic, the fucking cartoon.
Oh my gosh, how old are you, Larry?
But that's what our car
Archie's
was like.
Comics?
Yeah, you know.
Are you kidding me?
No,
you pulled out of all Batman.
Well, you know the piece of shit car that they had.
They had like a tea bucket, I think.
It was really bad.
I think it was a
beater.
Yes, but I mean,
they were out in the open. It was a bucket. For sure.
Archie Comics. How can you date yourself more than saying something that has been published in probably 30 years?
They had cartoons on TV and stuff. Maybe they showed.
I mean, it had to be black and white, and the screen had to be 6 inches.
No, man. Yeah. It was color.
No, whoa. Hey, listen, we don't condone racism on here.
I used to watch it when I was a kid. No, I don't think there's any colored kids on Archie. But I
mean, we might have to actually add a train whistle for the first time in a while. That even made me stop in my tracks.
The show is in full.
I was mid-drink and I had to stop for a second.
Get the fuck out of here.
But that's all right, though.
But anyways, man, I got to give a shout out to No Shirt Nick, because I got a new car today and it needed gas when I got it. So he gave me, he fucking filled up my tank. That's my brother. Thanks, bro.
And you know what?
And my dad fucking fronted me
yelled
the money
at you the whole time?
No, my dad drove us there. He gave me the money because I didn't have it. It was $2,400 and I'm going to pay him tomorrow. I'm like, shit, dude, I'm not going to have any money until tomorrow. And he was like, don't worry about it. And it's cool.
Wait, is it the 1st or the 15th?
I don't know what the date is. I just know
I don't know what the date is. I love how
know tomorrow.
what the date is.
And And
I mean, you go off the Aztec calendar, right?
it's a fucking '06 Altima.
Yeah.
It's pewter, so the color's a little ugly, but it's got a CD
Well,
player. And
first of all,
it's got only
let's
52,000
let's get to
miles.
let's get to the first car. The first car was jumped into a ditch
Many times. Well,
by
one
our
time
boy
really
our boy
bad.
Pete.
And I wouldn't say jumped into a ditch. This motherfucker went down a ravine.
Well,
a concrete one.
Literally drove off the road into an embankment, across an embankment, and down 20 foot at least.
Yeah, he couldn't. None of the doors would open. The front and back bumper got sheared off when he went into this hole. That's how tight it was, and he couldn't open the doors. He had to escape out of the fucking sunroof.
And there was blood all over it, and it
Yeah.
wasn't from the accident.
No, it's from him fucking bleeding all over because he's shooting up in my car. And I told
Without
him,
you knowing
"Dude,
about it.
Don't fucking get high until you come home, man. Please."
Drop the car off. There's just blood.
And literally-
spluttered. Well, actually, he didn't drop the car off because it was in a ravine.
Yeah, and then our car was involved in a crime because they considered that a crime and all this shit. Cause
He left. He ran.
Yeah, well, he called us and ran. First, you know what he does? He's all high.
And this is your cousin.
Yeah, this is my cousin. I could talk about him because he's rest in
He's
peace.
dead.
Yeah, and
R.I.P. Pete and Timmy.
and Timmy is bro. Anyways, fucking he.
Don't mix Xanax and
I
dope.
go there with a different car, and with my car, I still had my beater. Remember that?
Yes, the
thing?
Lumina.
Yeah.
They had no brakes.
The
Literally no brakes.
The 94 Lumina. Anyways, fucking, he throws the back bumper of my wife's car into my car, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
You gotta get the plate off. But you should have just taken the plate off, not the
yeah.
whole fucking bumper.
But
But
the thing was, the front plate was on there. And, they
yeah,
knew who it
and the
was.
VIN number,
So-
and the insurance was probably in the glove
it
box.
took him a good 6 fucking months to fix that car, and we had no car. And
And it
shit.
still runs.
And it's still
And it's been involved in multiple accidents and ran over
that was
multiple
just the
things.
worst one, right? My
Yeah.
wife hits things like crazy, and I can't say that I never didn't hit.
We did an
anything.
episode where Mary drove us, remember?
Yeah, yeah. We
Driving
should do
Larry and
another one
Needles.
now with the new car.
Ah, man.
It's so quiet in there.
Oh,
dude.
actually, I like the loudness,
like
though. It
this-
sounds like we're in a NASCAR race.
Yeah, but it's like you're in a fucking recording sound booth for a vocal booth for.
Well, but we'll still be screaming because she's driving.
Right.
I mean, the blood-curdling screams are going to have to be edited out. And us saying, you can't turn there. You can't turn there.
Oh man, she
She loves a one-way street.
She'll
That's where she
fucking
feels most comfortable.
yeah, she'll go down the wrong way, one-way street if she fucking.
And then
has to
honk
get
at the
there and
people
doesn't
and like
give a
they're
fuck.
wrong.
Yeah,
Thank God she's my lawyer.
yeah. My wife is totally fucking gangster behind the wheel. Not only that, nobody fucking parallel parks like Mary. And I know that's odd because she's a woman, but she could fucking
I mean,
park, man. And in the tightest of spaces where most people would say, fuck it, I can't fit there, she can get in there.
she bumps both cars, but
Well,
she gets
but
in
she
there.
gets in.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't leave that out.
But not always,
Or
man.
you left that out, I'm sorry. What's that?
Not always. She
Not
doesn't
always what?
She doesn't always bump off the cars.
She's not always on point either. So, I mean, listen,
No,
she's 50-50 in my book.
Well,
It's scary driving with her.
I said she parks really well.
Yeah, I mean, driving is
She's an
another thing,
excellent
though.
parallel parker. Driving, the other fucking side of the coin, man. That is fucking. If you don't get scared when you're driving with my wife, you are a psychopath. You know.
Well-
that means you don't care about nothing. Mm-hmm. If you don't get a little bit scared, something's wrong with you.
But there are those people like that, like road rage people and shit. Like I was telling you, I was driving down to fucking work the other day.
yeah.
Then it's like 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and people are on 90, like
All wound
road
up.
raging
Yeah.
early in the morning. I'm in the right lane. I'm just cruising,
Yeah,
listening to
you
my
got it
shit. You
these
know what I
days,
mean? Like,
man.
I'd stay away from that shit, even though it affects you somehow. You
Yeah.
know, you're gonna see something or something's gonna happen.
Yeah, but
So-
here's the thing, though.
What's that?
The
What's the
guys
thing,
that are
Larry?
raging like that, you're never going to be driving well enough to be on their league, and you don't know how crazy is this fucking guy.
Or he has a gun on him.
Right. Is it going to be a couple of Krav Maga moves, or are you going to have to fucking start ducking bullets?
I mean,
That's
listen,
the
look-
fucking difference, you know?
I mean, if a guy pulls a gun out, what's the first thing you do?
Grab his fucking wrist, but if you're...
Run away. I mean,
well, no, it depends
Jesus,
how-
Larry.
depends how
all of a
close
sudden,
you are.
you turn into Superman all of a
Depends how
sudden.
close you are.
This guy,
Well, yeah.
I mean, you've been hanging out with the Mossad.
If you're in a different car,
are you a plant?
What are you going to do?
You're a spook.
Yeah, I'm a
This
plant.
guy's now hanging out with the Mossad over here. He traded his 5G necklace for a Star of David. That's all right, though. I love everyone. Mm-hmm. Right? You have to.
We're all God's people.
Yeah. But we forget that. The decline of society.
That's the thing about the road ragers is they got to remember we're all God's people and we're all... And here's the thing,
Larry,
too.
you've
What
never...
are you going to save? A minute?
You're going to tell me... Okay, listen.
Well, dude, when I was in my younger days, I was the raging.
Exactly. When you flip that switch, God don't matter.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why do you think we have murderers in our prisons?
Here's the thing, though. We got to calm down because there's more and more people and there's more and more cars and there's more and more people from different countries who don't know how to drive properly.
Are you saying there's illegal immigrants in this country?
Or who even legal ones?
Come on, you're lying to me. I've never heard of that. Really?
Oh, dude, we got them flooding in. Elon's down at the border right now.
Oh, great. Some guy, I mean a guy that thinks he can go to space? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. This guy.
He can go to the border, though. That's not a lie.
Yeah, because that's I mean, what's he going to do?
Nothing. He's
I'm
just
really interested to see
it and say that.
So this guy from South Africa, who's not even an American citizen, is going to document what's going on.
Technically.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, he is African American.
Elon Musk is an African American.
Yeah, I mean they got apartheid and shit.
I mean, here's the thing: African American doesn't mean you got to be a certain color.
From Africa.
Yeah, like my friend Ujava.
Well, actually,
he's Indian, but he's not an American Indian. He's Indian American because his parents are from India.
Are we talking bow and arrow or are we talking turban?
No, okay. American Indian, bow and arrow.
I know, we're talking bow and arrow or turban?
We're talking turban.
Okay.
He's Indian American. Mm-hmm. American Indian would be Native American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same guys that want to change the Redskins back because the guy on the jersey was like a famous Indian warrior, and they're like, "What the fuck,
and
man?"
They love this guy.
They're
what
like,
was he like?
"How are you going
Tecumseh or something?"
Yeah, they're like, "How are you going to get this guy out there when you want? You know, you want to do? How about stop giving us casinos and keep the jerseys coming? You know."
By the way, shout out to you, Javel, man. How you doing, buddy?
Does he listen?
Yeah, I'm sure he listens. He does listen.
Okay, well.
He listens.
All right.
I got faith.
You got faith? Well, maybe you should talk to him and tell him that's fine.
He told me.
Yeah, like, follow, subscribe. I hate pandering.
But he's
leave a review.
Bitch.
You know?
Yeah.
What's that?
Leave a review on Needles.
Okay.
Scathing fucking review.
Please do that. I would love to respond to that. Hey, I mean, I'm looking for the worst of the worst sometimes.
I was going to tell you I was talking the other day after
you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right?
Yeah, by the way, we had a fun time Wednesday night.
We went to Friday. We went to see the Dead Boys.
Yeah, Friday was great. The Dead Boys was
What
fun,
was Wednesday?
Wednesday, Spirit of 77 played at
I don't want to talk about your band. Let's talk about the Dead Boys.
Well, it was fun. Shout out to Dave.
Shout out to Dave and all the guys in the band. It was fun hanging out with you.
But yeah, the Dead Boys was fun, right?
Oh, Dave's wife. She's cool.
Veronica, how you doing, honey? You're still beautiful.
But what do you call it? The Dead Boys, they have one foot in the grave. All of them.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, the lead singer, Cheetah Chrome, is 77.
No, that's not the lead singer.
Or the only guy left from the band, the original Dead Boys, is 77.
Lead guitar, yeah.
Cheetah Chrome.
He's 77, but the guy doesn't look a day over 90.
I mean, what, Stiv Barros? He got stabbed. I thought it was Barros or Bears. Bears? Sorry.
Stiv Baders.
Stiv Baders? Okay.
Stiv.
Yeah, Stiv. I said Stiv.
I don't know the new guy's name, but he was off the
Those
hook.
guys were
that guy was
fucking jacked out of their mind. That guy was on so much cocaine that I got high just watching him. Yeah. That's the vibe he gave off. And he had to be late 50s.
Yeah, older than me.
He was gaunt.
Yeah,
old school leather. He had
like the old me.
He had leather pants on.
Yes.
And a leather shirt, but it wasn't
t-shirt.
It wasn't a t-shirt. It was cut weird. It was cut with the arms out. It was like it wasn't a wife beater or It
wasn't a wife beater
or a Dago beater.
But it was it was a little bit shaved.
It had it was like a biker sort of thing. Yeah. And then he had a scarf on.
Yes. And then a big fucking fat.
He had the craziest blue eyes.
Yes. He looked like a demon. Like
were
one of those
he had
vampire movies when they put the fucking.
he had like a
contacts
1,000-yard stare.
Yeah,
he looked like this guy had.
He was
this
a
guy
demon.
From doing drugs was his
He
Vietnam.
was a fucking rock and roll demon. Yeah, this was his Vietnam.
Yeah,
for
was
sure.
doing drugs. He had that stare going on. And the funny thing is
He
that
was shell shocked.
there weren't a lot. Yeah, there weren't a lot of people there, but this guy was looking like there were 1 million people out there. And
Well, how many do you think? 500?
yeah, something like that.
600? And then,
It was a good
he
show,
did
but
do his body surfing though. But did you see the instantaneous second that they came on stage? The spray of beer and alcohol through the air.
No.
You didn't notice that?
Yeah, I didn't notice that. I was shrooming
flying?
too.
Oh man, I took 4 grams of fucking mushrooms. I was so hungover the next day. I drank so much, man.
You kissed a dude that night. I couldn't believe it. That's all right,
did
though. I
not.
won't tell Mary.
I might have hugged him a little, but I didn't kiss him.
You got a little reach around. You're like, let me practice Krav Maga on your crotch.
I say,
That's what
the teacher said to grab the ball.
That's your specialty right there. Is just the crotch. That's all you go for every time.
That's it.
That's all right.
Go
They call
for
it
fucking gold.
the Boys Town handshake. But yeah. So what should we talk about? Satanic
Boys Town,
pedophile cults.
Well, no,
missing children.
Remember, I was telling you about my friend Aldo. Let's fucking memorialize one of my friends, Aldo. This guy.
When did he die?
He died about. Fuck, man, probably 10 years ago.
You can't even remember when he died. And we're doing an in memoriam in the middle of the
So
show.
many of my friends died.
Okay, I understand, but what did he die
because
of?
I was he fucking slit his wrists. He killed himself.
Did he go across the train tracks or up the river?
I'm sure he went up the river, man, because he was dead. And fucking but the guy was the funniest fucking guy.
In a tub?
In a tub.
Okay.
So he was courteous.
Respect to Aldo.
Yes. And he was the funniest fucking guy, man. And I used to work with him at this construction place. We used to put in hardwood floors and shit.
Man, this must have been when you were in your 20s,
yes,
man.
I was.
I was going to say, the last time you
boss,
worked.
Marty Garcia, he's also dead. He was this big Mexican guy, and he was as funny as could be as
He was a very funny biker.
Yes, he was a big biker.
And he was a
mean,
bad dude,
But he was my boss, so like, if we didn't get the job done, there was going to be some ass kickings. And fucking... One time, Aldo is all hungover, and we got to install this floor, and the people aren't home, and it's this really rich fucking house, man, really posh. And he's like, dude, Larry, I need to take a fucking nap. I'm going to go lay down in the people's bedroom, and I look in there, and it's really nice. And
oh,
shit. And
I know
like,
it.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me?
So you're at a customer's... Wait a second. So you're at a customer's house, you and Aldo.
Yes. Nobody else is there.
So you're sanding the floors.
We're installing it.
Okay, so you're already sanding it. Everything's all...
No, we're going to come back to sand it.
Okay, so you're actually putting the planks in. Okay, so you're putting the planks in. And this guy that you were with...
And he says, you'll be able to
Wait a second. This guy decides to take a nap, but to go in the customer's bed when they're not home.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And then, so not only does he do this, he goes, Larry, you can handle banging out this fucking living room and this kitchen before Marty comes back. Because he's going to come back and pick us up and bring us to another job and install. And then we're going to sand all these. And
yeah. You got... Okay.
So the people fucking come home. Aldo,
you forgot you have to get to the other part before that part where he decides to take off all of his clothes.
Aldo fucking takes off
all of his clothes,
down butt naked, all of his clothes, and we're in work clothes that have sand, dust all over them.
And gets into the customer's bed,
the people's bed under the covers, and they come home. He's sleeping. They can't even wake him up. He wakes up, he's all, oh my God, and the lady screams. There's a little kid there. Mommy, that man's naked.
Oh, man.
His face turns beet red. And
were you standing behind them watching this?
Yes. Me and Marty were like, I was laughing. Marty was fucking pissed.
Oh, yeah, he was a big dude.
Yeah, and he came in after the people.
Oh,
so he walked in as they were already in shock.
Talk about time coming together.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So we had to go back there to sand the fucking house later.
I'm surprised they didn't fire you. So did Aldo get fired?
No.
Oh, come on, really? Marty kept him on board? Shout out Marty.
But here's the thing. He's like, please don't make me go back to that house.
Thank God he didn't go to the little girl's room to sleep in.
Well, I think it was a little boy. But anyways.
Oh.
Why would he go in the little kid's room when they had a beautiful king-size bed? I mean, this was really a nice...
I was insinuating that this guy's a real creep.
No, he's not. He wasn't like that, but he was just crazy.
That you know, because this guy decides to get naked at a customer's house.
My cousin Candy.
Dude, I mean, this story just keeps on getting worse. Your cousin Candy with a guy named Aldo, they got naked at a customer's house and slept in their bed. I mean, that's the ultimate comfortability. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't. You don't throw a fuck. You have zero fucks for the day.
And another thing was one thing that he used to do all the time too. Is
what's
like
that,
at
Larry?
Lunchtime we would go to sometimes we would go to like a family restaurant, like a Denny's maybe, or maybe even something nicer, where we would actually sit down. And Marty would buy us lunch once in a while, you know, because he probably felt bad.
Did he pull his dick out?
Yeah. And then, and then we'd
Not Marty.
Get a bonus.
Aldo.
No, but Aldo would say, I got to go to the bathroom. He'd say, I got to go take a piss. And he would say it nice and loud so everyone around us could hear it, all the other tables.
This guy's an exhibitionist.
Yeah. And then he would go into the bathroom. And it would be all quiet in the place. And then he'd start screaming at the top of his lungs.
In the bathroom?
For about 30, 40 seconds. While pretending like
dude, 30 seconds is a long time, Larry. You know that.
I know. Dude, he would do this because the guy... And it was fucking hilarious. And he would come out like nothing happened. Like, and he'd pretend like he had like a venereal disease, and everyone would be looking at him.
So that's why he was screaming in there, because he pretended like he had a venereal disease.
Yeah, because he thought it was funny, because all the people would look at him when he came out of the bathroom and shit.
Oh, that makes my skin crawl and gives me so much anxiety. I want to hide in a hole. I don't want anybody to look at me when I come out of the bathroom.
He was funny.
You find that funny?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That thing's
still to this day when I go in the bathroom, and Mary's like, "Will you stop that?"
At your own house, you do that, which is totally demeaning to your wife, implying that she gave you venereal disease.
It's a joke, man.
Oh, real funny to my lawyer. Ow, my wiener hurts from a venereal disease. So if it's not from you, it's from somebody else. Man, you in Boys Town, look what it's doing. You loose morals, Larry.
Degrading my fucking moral compass.
It is, loose morals, Larry.
But anyway, shout out to Aldo, because he was funny.
Is he still alive?
No, he's dead.
I forgot. I'm stoned.
And I'll show you his picture. It's out there.
I gotta see what this guy looks like.
He's a real.
He sounds like a real peach.
He was funny.
No, yeah, until he died.
So you should have heard my cousin. We would sometimes we would go to work and he would have LSD or something.
He would have LSD to give you, or he'd be on LSD?
Yeah, he would be on it, and he'd say, "Do you want some?" And I'd say, "Yeah," and we'd be fucking tripping so hard. And one day we were supposed to go to this big job, and he's like, "Fuck it, let's just go to my house. I got some booze and some weed," and I'm like, "Cool." And so we're there, and there's a message for him on his answering machine, and it's from my cousin Candy, and she's like, "You motherfucking cocksucker."
That's always a good way to start a message.
Fucking piece of shit. You come here and fucking blah, blah, blah. Something about their kid, You fucking asshole. When I see you, I'm going to kick you in the fucking balls. And he's just laughing and laughing, playing it over and over,
This fucking guy lives on the edge, like on the razor's edge, dude.
He was.
I mean, he's just teetering on both. Like, I don't. There's people.
You see that guitar right there?
Yeah.
It used to be a really nice guitar, that Alvarez, and he gave it to me, and then he gave me all these cassette tapes, like these 2 cases filled with
him
rock
punching
and roll.
candy.
No, 2 cassette cases filled with rock and roll cassette tapes, and he's giving it to me when I'm at his house and all this shit. Then a couple days later, we're going to pick him up in the morning, and his roommate is there.
Hey, can I hit that bong?
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, do you have my guitar?" And Aldo's behind him shaking his head, "No." And I'm like, we get in the van, I'm like, "Dude, you gave me your roommate's guitar?" And he's like, "Yeah, you play better than him anyway, fuck it." And I'm just like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And he's like, "You can't tell him, man."
What do you mean you can't tell him? You just said something right in front of him.
No, and I said no. I told the guy I didn't. I lied. And then he's like...
Even worse, now you're a liar.
Well, I was only like 22 years old.
Yeah, so that doesn't matter, because you're young. So I mean, lying. So lying's okay when you're young.
I don't lie anymore.
Man, you're gonna get a parking ticket, Larry. What the fuck?
Well,
Long break.
speak. Okay.
It's all right, though.
So now this is what it sounds like when nothing happens on a radio program. With nothing going on. Nobody says anything.
Oh,
Dead
shit.
air.
I shouldn't have done
Needle is gonna fucking...
But da da dun 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 dun. But da da dun dun. And we're back. So, Larry, what kind of food would you be if you could be one?
Oh man. I guess I would have to say I would be like a delicious fucking steak.
I think you'd be a fruit.
I walked into that.
Yes, you really did, Larry. I should just grab onto your throat right now and choke you.
Man, I'd be a banana because of my fucking
What's that?
attitude.
I didn't even hear that. Now I love you just laughing in there. The bong curdled like a baby. I mean, this guy's really loving that bong over there.
My precious.
Yeah. So,
My precious.
excuse me.
Yeah, there's no excuse, motherfucker. Get on with it. So needles can't handle the smoke. Chicks can't handle they smoke. Remember that movie? What was that, man?
What's that?
All right, just get on with it.
Well, no, I was going to fucking look that story up I wanted to talk about.
Oh, man.
I mean, we should... there's a lot of
We're
things
going
we
to
should
talk about
about.
Maria Monk someday. I got a special episode coming up, and anybody that doesn't know who Maria Monk is...
You want to hear a crazy song from Jimmy Buffett?
Not really. Not
Because,
right now.
I'm going to read you the lyrics to this thing.
Yeah, you could do that.
The song is called "Please Take Your Drunken 15-Year-Old Girlfriend Home."
Oh, man.
I mean, just from the title, this one's gonna...
This motherfucker should have been locked up.
I mean, who writes that when you're a grown man?
Put that in between the Beer Nuts 13 and Ringo, you're 16.
Please take your girlfriend home. She's only 15. She shouldn't be back here alone.
Oh,
that's the first two stanzas, or you know what I mean? Like, isn't that crazy? I'm horny and my mind begins to roam. That's the third lyric, man.
What a fucking piece of
Please
dog
take
shit.
your drunken 15-year-old girlfriend home. Wow. That's kind of powerful, you know what I mean?
Ah, the good old days.
But there are so many songs written like that. Isn't that crazy, though? You look up Jimmy Buffett's fucking...
Look up this lyrics.
Is this discography? Discography?
Yeah.
Man, I'm stoned.
Look up the lyrics to the Rolling Stones' "Stray Cat Blues." That's fucking horrible too.
Here's the
It's about having threesomes with 14
here's
and
the
16-year-old girls, and
here's the fifth. Wait a second. Here's the fifth lyric.
Okay.
She found Mama's Quaalude script.
Nice. My kind of 15.
Took a few just right before the show. She's no beer drinker.
Oh no, she can't handle.
So she's a junkie at 15 already.
Well, she's not a junkie, but she can't handle her booze. She took them ludes and she's fucked up, is what he's saying.
Well, but I mean, most people drink and lewd.
I don't know. You ever do ludes? I've done them a couple times. I'm old enough.
I've done off-brand in Mexico.
Okay, well, you get fucked up from those things, man.
Black Betties and shit like that. They're fucking...
it's like,
I don't even know what a Quaalude...
It's not like heroin, but it's like you're drunk.
It's like Xanax with Adderall.
You're fucked up.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like you're really on that...
Up. The old ones,
the
I don't
knife's
know what
edge
the ones you had were, dude, they were fucking bigger than Necco wafers.
I know.
Like
unfortunately, you are just using the worst terminology today. I mean, a Necco wafer. Come on, Larry.
You know what it is?
I know what a Necco wafer is,
sure
and I can.
Everybody knows what the fuck that is.
Now you're assuming that everybody knows.
It's the size of a quarter.
Okay, there we go. Now we could fucking work with that.
It's the size of a fucking quarter.
Where did you get stuck in the fucking 70s today?
Dollar. For anybody
you keep smoking.
Hey, for anybody overseas out there in Argentina and in London, 1/4 of a US dollar. I don't know what size coins you all have, but I'm sure down there you might.
Down where?
Any other place that doesn't have quarters.
So crazy we still use coins, isn't it?
Like in fucking...
Why the fuck do we use coins? People barely carry cash anymore.
Yeah,
right?
In Europe, man, the coins don't start up until a $5 bill.
Yeah, but why? Why would you carry coins?
5-year-old.
Fucking. And I understand that people are going to be like, oh, you know, you want to get digital currency and stuff like that. Listen, you put a chip in my thumb, I'll be fine with that.
Oh, dude, that's the mark of the beast. You're going straight to hell.
Well, thanks,
That is
Larry.
what you
We
do
already
not
talked
want.
about this. And what am I going to have in hell?
Nothing.
The
You're
kick
gonna
it,
go
the
fucking-
most
it's
sweetest
gonna be
pontoon
the
boat.
gnashing of teeth and the endless, unquenchable flames, man. That's what it is.
So can I get
Do I
drugs
need
down
to
there?
hand me the Bible, man.
No, I'm not going to hand you the Bible. What the fuck kind of statement is that?
That's the kind that I'm going to tell you. What you
I don't
think-
want you to just quote
I
the
don't- I
Bible
wanna
during our
see-
show.
I want you to
This is
show me the passages where it says about jet skis.
pontoon boat.
I wanna
But
see-
actually, that's a good idea. I will put jet skis on my pontoon boat.
I want
In hell.
I want to see the fucking passage where it says.
I'll
they
draw.
have
I'll
pontoon
even draw.
boats.
I'll get my kid to draw up a picture of a pontoon boat in hell.
Oh,
okay,
man.
and then I'll.
Why you want to drag your son down in?
Because he's a good artist. I mean, I want it detailed. I could ask No Shirt Nick.
No Shirt Nick might not want to draw that kind of picture.
Why not?
He'll think it's blasphemy.
It's
'Cause
not
he's my brother.
blasphemy. It's
Yeah,
a
it is.
fictitious thing.
See, that's the thing. It's not
You're like
fictitious.
little
Lord,
John.
Through the power of the Holy Spirit, God, please forgive this guy.
Are you praying for me on the
Jesus
podcast?
Christ. Oh Lord, amen.
This is amazing. You really just prayed for me on the podcast.
Yeah,
Man, I love you, Larry. Thank you very much.
man. I don't. You
What?
know, it's serious.
What's
It's not a joke.
serious?
Hell and all that shit, man.
All right,
it's
well,
fucking serious.
but okay, so
You don't wanna
first
go
of all,
there.
if you believe in flat Earth, right?
Yes.
Okay, so underneath the flat Earth, there's hell.
I suppose so. I'm not.
Well, I am
exactly
asking you a
sure-
question.
I'm not exactly sure where hell is,
Okay,
but it's not above.
but what we're taught, it's above or below.
Could be under the
Just like- hey,
foundations.
just like
the
we're-
earth is set upon the pillars.
Listen to me for a second. So we're taught that the Earth is round, but we're also taught that heaven is up and hell is down.
Right.
So what do you believe in
Well, they
then?
do that. Well, that's why they do that, so they can contradict the Bible and present false science, and then that way it makes you question the word, which should not be questioned. It's fucking the word.
The word of God?
The word of God. That
Okay.
is the word. And by them pretending that we're flying through space on a sphere takes God out of the equation. They make you think that you can go millions of light years away when that's bullshit. God is directly right up above us, man. Very, very close.
But there's
He's not millions and
There's
millions
also
of miles away.
multi-variations of God and people that have written things.
Yeah, false gods.
Well, you're talking about idols. I'm talking about people have written things, Hebrew and Ethiopian and all these other things that
Yeah.
are found older than there's actual whatever. You know what?
Ethiopians are heavy Christians, man.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying there's
They're
also
into it heavy. Supposedly, the Ark of the Covenant is fucking hidden in one of these churches,
Which is awesome.
in Ethiopia. Now, listen to this. Do you know about these churches where you're walking on level ground, and then all of a sudden, it's dug out,
so there's a hole.
and the churches are made out of the 6 churches made out of the rock that was dug out. So there's no materials except the land, the bedrock that was there. So they had to carve these churches out from the top down, and they're real intricate and shit, man. They're really ornate.
And where's this at?
It's in Ethiopia. We got to look this up later after the show. You're gonna be
Okay.
like, "Holy fuck, man!"
All right. Well, listen, man.
It's
I
really
believe
wild.
if it's actually if you
it's
can actually
really
put a finger
wild.
on it, I believe it.
It's fucking wild.
You know, because there's a lot of
They
things.
even showed it on Ancient Aliens before.
Okay. Well, I mean,
that's how
that's
well
also-
known it is, though. But that's
Ancient
like-
Aliens is also a little askew.
Well, yeah, totally. But you know, they show you this thing and they want you to think that aliens.
And I love
dug
Ancient
it out.
Aliens.
So do I. But here's the other thing about
It's
it.
very entertaining to watch when
Very
you're stoned.
entertaining. Very
And on mushrooms.
entertaining. But the problem with Ancient Aliens is that's just another way to soften your views towards God and fucking make you think. You know, they want you to think that God didn't come down, that these were aliens, and
It's
all this
more.
stuff.
I think it's more of rather
And that's
than
not
like
what happened.
it's not like Democrat Republican. It's more of like a spiritual war.
Yes,
like
good and evil, man.
yeah. Well, it's always good and evil. There's always good. There's always evil.
And there's all kinds of degrees of good and evil.
You want to
man.
hear? So I was looking to buy a house. I'm looking to buy a house, and I talk to the realtor. I say, all right, this is what I have. This is what's going on. I have, everything's good. And he looks at me and he's like, for this amount of money, you can't get anything. And I have excellent credit and money to put down and all this bullshit. And
doesn't seem to matter right now, huh?
well, you know why? Because it always boils down to BlackRock and Vanguard, greedy people taking over the American dream, right?
So what did? They bought up all the fucking...
They're buying up all these houses. I think they own like
making it out of reach
70% of the S&P.
It's out of reach monetarily for the normal guy.
It's just like
By them
communism.
doing
They're going to
that.
control it.
Yeah.
They're going to control and dictate what happens.
We're
They
there.
can move the market. So,
We're there.
well, we're not where we want to be as a country, right?
No, it's a shame.
I
too.
love being an American. I really do.
It's weird, man. Like, I remember, going to Europe and shit and thinking...
Where'd you go? France? The fucking cheese-eating surrender monkeys?
No, I went all over the fucking place, but...
That's what you're good at?
Yeah, that's what I
Real
do.
Finook.
I spread myself around. And I
just
went
give
to,
yourself up to
visited all
Frenchmen,
I
German
visited
men.
all the boys' towns and
All the
every
bases,
city.
too?
Yeah.
You went to every army base?
Yeah, I went to every army base. I especially spent a lot of time at the Navy base.
Yeah, well, that's because you love seamen.
Fuck yeah. I was swimming with seamen. We were in the ocean all day long. Me and the boys.
Allegedly.
Me and the boys were jumping off the
We're
USS
still waiting on the
Ronald
pictures
Reagan.
There is Polaroid somewhere and we can't find
Somewhere
them.
there's Polaroids.
That's all right, though.
Thank God they didn't have digital cameras.
Imagine
back
that's
then.
how you remember Polaroids?
Oh, yeah, I got a Polaroid camera still, just in case.
No, but I mean, yeah.
This is
but
still a
not
rock
even
and
just
roll
in case. I'm
studio.
talking like that was the thing. It was outrageous. It was very funny. Taking pictures, nudes with Polaroids. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Excellent.
An
fucking
old
thing.
nude Polaroid stash is that'd be cool.
There's a few around here.
There's a few around here.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll take your word
That's
for
not
it.
a Polaroid.
I know. I just have a
But
weird...
we have some Polaroids.
All right, well...
And I have the camera still, too.
I know, you just said that
Do
twice.
we have some... Can we get... You could probably still get film.
Yeah, you can buy films.
So we're good.
For what?
We
I mean,
get
what do
some-
you want to do, Larry?
We gotta fucking take
And
some
I'm not going to
pictures
be...
and- Hey, man.
I am not
you
going to be
might wanna
involved in your
you
weird
might
stuff.
want to fucking immortalize a fucking moment and not want it to be...
Man, you
in the
sound like a
digital-
serial killer.
And not want it to be in the digital world.
Yeah,
man.
you sound like a serial killer right now. I don't
Fuck
even...
you.
Yeah, exactly. You just... You're like, oh, now I'm caught. Come here, let me choke you. Larry comes home from Krav Maga last night and asks his wife to choke him. Not even in a sexual way.
I didn't say choke me. I said, Mary, put me in a headlock.
Oh, put me in a headlock.
And she's like,
I just got back
"Why?
from
No."
Krav Maga. I'm all riled up. If I wanted you to choke me, my
I'm
wife.
just fighting, fucking sparring with needles for an hour. Put me in a headlock.
Very silly, though. She's like, no.
She's like, no.
Yeah, why would she do that? You're all riled up. Jesus, man.
So I had this book, man.
What
Me
book?
and my wife used to go to Chinese restaurants all the fucking time, man.
Okay.
And I started to
Document?
collect up the fortune cookies.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Wait a
And I
second.
literally have,
Wait a second.
I think 7 or 8 pages.
Okay, so Larry just pulled out a notebook that's it's probably about almost a foot long and a foot wide. And it's like
No,
the
it
one...
ain't that big.
Almost. I said almost. Well, you got big ass feet. And it's got a pink spiral connecting the front to the back. So it's like loose
Sherry
sort
gave
of.
me this. It's got
Okay.
a kitty on the front.
And it has got a kitty with glasses and a pink bow tie. And there's dots on the front. And Autistic Larry literally connected the dots to make Larry on the front. Man, we got to put this on Twitter today. This is amazing. Hey, let me see that for a second. No.
No, I'm going to start
No,
reading.
come here. I want to read them. Because I want to make you suffer. Come here, give me that.
No, you can't
Yeah,
read.
no, I can read
You
them.
don't know how to read.
What do you mean I don't know how to read?
You've proven yourself
Get
over
the
and
fuck
over
out
again.
of here. Let me read the first one.
The first one I should read to you. And then you can read the second one. How about that?
Wait a second. So you were, okay, so you literally had this notebook and you opened fucking, what are those called? Man, I'm so stoned.
Okay, I sat there with piles of these fortune cookie papers.
There we go, fortune cookie, the inserts in the fortune
Yes.
cookie, the paper, and you
From
wrote
all
this,
over Chicago.
and you wrote this down in a notebook.
Yes.
Wow, you
Yes.
are so
I was
autistic,
fucking,
Larry.
One day I was fucking all wound up on something or another.
Yeah, I'll probably spat up.
And I fucking just started doing it. And I wrote them in 2 different color pens so I could save space.
I'll read the pink ones. How's that? You can read the blue ones.
A drunk man says what a sober man is thinking.
Whoa, slow down.
Isn't that pretty
Slow down.
good?
I know. Wait a second.
Think about that.
Read that again.
A drunk man says what a sober man is thinking.
Well, what is
That's an obvious
because
one.
alcohol is like a truth serum.
It's a fucking mouth loosener.
I know, but it's truth serum.
Yeah.
You know, people always say when they get hammered, they say shit they're not going to say when they're sober.
Exactly.
Okay,
And
that's
then
pretty
they say
good.
they
Do you know
didn't
where you
mean
got
it.
that from? What?
I don't know which Chinese restaurant.
Man, you're really lacking.
Wow,
You literally
I mean-
wrote. I don't even know if I could. I don't know how many you should read of
Well,
these.
we should read. We should maybe read 1 or 2 per episode.
Yeah,
from
because
now
this is.
on.
I mean, this is a fucking
Fortune
gem,
cookie-
Larry.
This is a.
This is a treasure.
Maybe we just read one.
Man, I know. That's
This
what I'm
is
saying.
called
We need
Fortune Cookie
we need
Corner.
we need to think of. I mean, how many pages?
Welcome.
Wait, first of all, how many entries on one page?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
You're skipping lines, but I'll add.
13.
I'll add-
No, because each different color is a different one.
I know,
So
that's
there's
what I'm
13
saying.
different ones.
No, there's
Well,
not. There's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Dude, get the
There's
fuck
13
out
of them on
here.
that page.
Oh, okay. I see what you did right here.
Yeah, I just
All
did
right.
it like I
Man.
wouldn't even go to the next line. I would just
And
keep
for our
writing it
listeners, they are tabbed.
so I
like,
can find them.
They're literally tabbed. There's a
like my-
green piece of
was like my
paper
chi-
that is like a half an inch wide and like 2 inches long at the top of
Oh,
each
yeah, yeah.
page, and it's color coded.
Well, that's not. I just had whatever.
Well, no, I'm
colors
just saying. I
had.
know, but there's a
I
yellow
really
over
don't
here.
know what they mean.
I don't, but it's just very.
But here's the thing, though.
Holy
That's like
fuck,
my-
Larry!
and then some of them are written on the back too. And also,
I mean, we're talking 15 pages. Yes. All right, so let's start off with number 1 today.
yeah, a drunk man says what a sober. A drunk man says what a sober man is thinking. And the thing is that this became like my little uplifting. Not quite if you don't want to read the Bible. This is like the Chinese fortune cookie Bible,
Which doesn't mean anything.
It
I
just
mean,
gives you
I wonder
uplifting
where
spirits because a few of them are
uplifting spirits. I mean, what are you, Yoda all of a sudden? What the fuck was that, dude?
Well, because you
read
know,
a
a lot
couple
of them are
fucking
positive.
You read a couple pieces of paper out of a cookie and you get all fucking yen or zen. Sorry, yen.
So, more yen, please.
All right, so
I'll put Pat Terry's license as a page saver.
all right. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I mean, that's probably
We're
gonna.
going to leave this down here. We're going to read one of these each episode.
I know, but that's so funny. So then, man, I'd read it again because I just love
A
that.
drunk man says what a sober man is thinking.
Yeah. So many a times I've been in a bar when a drunk man has said something and a sober man is
Thinking
ready to
that.
crack him right in the face.
Exactly.
I mean, there's really no. There's no reprieve from saying something stupid at a bar.
Drunk man gets punched from what a sober man's thinking.
Well, it's kind of taking advantage of a person also.
Yeah.
Unless the guy knows what he's doing. Huh?
It's exciting. I
That
forgot
is,
about
I
those
can't
things.
believe that you. I mean,
I meant to fucking. I brought this
Excuse
down
me.
here like 3 episodes ago, and I put it over there.
Okay.
And what happened was
you got too much shit over there.
I piled a bunch of notebooks on top of it, and so today when I was going through those notebooks, because I had some shit written down, which I never did find, but I did find this.
Gangster Disciples, Larry. That is the most greatest treasure to this podcast. Because,
The Fortune Cookie Bible.
well, yeah, I mean, what kind of
It does
what
not
kind of
replace
weird
the real Bible
autistic
in any way, though.
person sits down at a table and just writes fortune cookies and has enough? I mean, that's a lot of fortune cookies. How many fucking fortune cookies
Well,
did you have?
here's the thing, man.
You buy them in bulk?
It was no. Mary was in. Here's a weird thing too.
Mary's
Mary
in a Chinese gang.
Yeah. No, she bought a bag of bulk.
What are those
not
guys
long
called?
Ago, just because I like fortune cookies. And,
What are they called? The
they only had
triads.
They only had 2 different fortunes out of like 40 cookies. They were either one or the other.
Really?
I was like, these fortune cookies suck.
Well, they bought them
I
from
didn't
one company and they forgot to mix them up good. It's like getting.
Well, no, we bought a bag from the store.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, it's like getting.
No, when they give
It's like
the
fentanyl.
fortune cookies,
When they don't mix it right, everybody ODs.
No, I just think this was
You got a
cheap
bad
company.
batch.
But there was a time when Mary was really, really into sushi and shit all the time. And she wanted to go. And we would go. And sometimes we'd be at a restaurant with 3 of her friends or 2 of my friends. And everyone would read their fortune. And then, like, I'm sure a couple of these are Russ's. I'm sure, one of them were,
Yeah, it was just people coming over and, yeah.
And so when we would be out to dinner, I'd say, hey, let me have your thing after you read it. And we'd all read them and laugh. And then they'd hand it to me. And I'd put them in my pocket. Throw it in my top drawer at home. And then after a while, I'm like, Mary, look at how many
fortunes I have?
Yeah.
How many cookie fortunes I have?
Awesome. And it made me feel happy.
And then you wrote them all down.
So I
and
wrote
now
them
you
all
have
down so I could throw them out because it was a big pile of junk.
I'm going to have that book when you kick it.
Yeah, okay.
We got to get some more, though, then. I wonder how much they would change from then to now.
That's a good question.
You know what I mean? Cutting off your wiener is not a good idea.
That's a good one. Hey, I always wanted to do misfortune cookies, like, bad shit.
Yeah.
You're going to get a flat tire on the way home.
Oh, I was thinking way worse than that. But, man, thank God I didn't say what I was thinking. Holy shit, dude. Woo. Wow. Thank you, Larry.
Needles is going to get caught for strangulating that last prostitute. Oops, wait, did I say that out loud?
How will I get caught?
Because
when there's no body. But
speaking of no body,
you punch somebody else in the wiener?
No, I fucking watched this Jeffrey Dahmer special. And,
where from?
It was on Fox Nation, and it was called. Well, here's what it was called: the Dahmer Family Tapes. And it was tape recordings of Dahmer and his father.
Oh, yeah. That's been released. Yeah, that's right.
And so...
It's weird.
And they talk about the whole case, and they talk about the bust, and they talk about how he got rid of these bodies, man. This motherfucker would put them in acid and flush them down the toilet.
He was a real serial killer.
Oh, my Lord.
But he would be in... Okay, so he lived in like...
At the time he got busted...
Yeah.
He had a dead body. He got caught with a guy, a dead body in the other room.
He had parts in the He was
heads, skulls, shit everywhere. Man.
I don't know what brings that sadistic behavior on.
Here's one little scenario out of it.
Oh, now you're making up scenarios, or
no? He had this box. He had this. Dahmer had this. He lived with his grandmother, and he had this wooden box covered in metal with a big padlock on it. And they knew he was gay, and they didn't want him to be a fanook, so they kept thinking that he had gay porn inside the box. And they're always like, let's see what's in the box, Jeffrey. And he's like, fuck you. And they'd fight about this box. So now he's on the phone.
Let's see what's on your huge metal box in your floor in your room.
So he goes to his dad, hey, remember that box? And the dad's like, oh, yeah, boy, we sure fought about that box. And he's like, yeah, you remember you thought there was pornography in there? And the dad's like, yeah, I remember. And he goes, you know what was in there, don't you? And he's like, no, what was in there? And he's like, it was somebody's mummified head and their genitals.
I mean, hey.
So they're thinking it was some magazine.
That's what you're into, man.
The fucking guy had a human head.
Yeah, you can't show grandma
living
that.
at his grandmother's house.
Nah, man.
Holy fuck.
Well, he had like a mannequin there also.
He was a fucking whack job.
Well, I mean,
he wasn't crazy though, because they tried to get him insanity. He was a lot of reasoning. He might have been. He was sick in the head, but he wasn't insane.
Very smart, calculated. Very smart. You know, he knew what he liked. That's the problem when you get these people that are so focused.
Here's another part. You would have loved this. I thought about you. They were talking to all the fanooks in the gay bars that he hung out in, and a couple of them were, one of them was a drag queen.
Yeah.
And he was saying how hot Jeffrey Dahmer was, and that he would have wanted to fuck him and everything too. And the only reason he didn't get killed by Dahmer was because he would have went home with him in a minute. He said was because he was a well-known guy. Dahmer would search out.
Oh yeah, people
that nobody would miss.
People that are homeless
and
people or addicts well, especially in where was it? It was Wisconsin. No, Detroit. Wait,
he was in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, yeah, okay. The African American gay people were not accepted back then.
No, but
they wouldn't. You know what I mean?
They had a pretty hopping boys' town. They showed the footage.
Yeah, I'm sure you were there once or twice.
I was getting excited.
Yeah, I know. Let me tell you.
By the way, shout out to Wisconsin.
Shout out to Boys Town.
Shout out to Wisconsin Boys Towns. No, shout out to Wisconsin because they got my car from
Wisconsin. It's got Wisconsin plates on it. Man,
and
that took a minute to get out.
So the lady's like, hey, don't use my plates. And I go, well, I'm going to need something to drive home with because I don't want to get pulled over. And my dad was with me. He's like, yeah, don't worry.
Just chop them up.
And I said to her, yeah, I'll get new plates. I'll take these off right away. I said, I'll just do a couple of bank jobs first. She laughs. And my dad's like, seriously, if this is the time if you're going to steal gas on the way home. And I'm like, Dad.
This isn't the 50s.
And that's the other thing.
There's cameras everywhere.
You got to pay first now anyway.
Well, no.
Yeah, but who cares if there's cameras everywhere?
If you steal a card, you can still put it in, bypass the pin, and get it.
I didn't have a card. I'm talking about. Remember the old days when you'd fill it up and pay?
Yeah,
take
my shirt off, put it over the license plate, and there were no cameras.
Before I was married to Mary, like the first time I'm ever at her family's house, I'm at her sister's house. This is one of the reasons she probably fucking hates me. And
Mary?
Yeah, no, Beth.
I know. Oh man, I don't know. We might have to bleep that out.
No, that's okay. And here's what happened. So we're there, and watching, fucking around, we're having a good old time, and all of a sudden my mom is screaming at me on the phone. The cops are at my house because on the way to Beth's house, I stole a tank of gas, and they got my license plate and shit.
You're real Romeo. Look at you.
And Beth
real Don Juan.
Here's what Beth.
What were you driving?
I was driving like a fucking 1970 fucking 2 Oldsmobile, big yellow beater.
It was yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, like man,
really,
Larry.
Really faded ass yellow.
And Mary comes from high stock.
Yeah. And
Larry does not.
So all of a sudden my mom is screaming at me on the phone. and Beth knows that it's something about a tank of gas, and I sold gas. And
oh, she was...
I was at Beth's house, and it was pre-cell phone days.
Man, you should just say.
My mom called the landline, Beth's house, and so.
I mean, you just can't stop saying.
And so she's telling Mary, why don't you just let this kid go home, and we'll drive you home later, and just forget about him, right in front of me.
You stole gas.
And
I mean, why would you do that
on the... That's pretty fucking harsh. And Mary was cool.
That's pretty harsh. I just stole gas. I'm a criminal.
Deal. Now you don't like me?
No, I'm a criminal. Well, and the cops are here, right? The cops were there, right?
No, the cops were at my house.
Not yet. They weren't there yet.
No, because I was far away. She lives pretty far on the north side.
There. So see how you did that? You didn't say where.
Yeah, I was almost going to say the town.
I know.
Here's the thing, though. My father paid them, so they didn't come at me.
Okay.
And I'm like, see, it's cool. My dad paid. And she's like, why don't you just let this kid go home and we'll take you home later. And so then we had an awkward dinner.
Oh, the whole family and you?
Everybody was there, yeah. Mary's mom was there. Her dad might have been there.
If her dad was, we're talking.
It was a long, long time ago.
This guy's in the law business and very high up in the law business. I mean, you might say... He gavels around, yeah. Well, yeah,
around.
Geez, man, come on, Larry. You don't know how to sidestep anything. You just run right into the wall.
Oh, whatever.
That's all right. You're the one who whistles everything.
I ain't whistling Dixie, man.
You want to do your hit list?
Yeah.
Do you know where it's at?
Yeah, I do. I had it earlier.
Wow.
Wow, man.
I can't believe Larry lost his hit list. That's
Such
all right,
a
though.
story, man. Well, I know a lot of the people. Let's start
But you
out.
couldn't say them then. Why wouldn't you just say them?
Because I don't want to miss anybody. I don't know all of them.
Classic stoner
I might
excuse.
fuck something up. Anyways, a lot of these people probably stopped listening. No, I don't think so.
I don't know. We'll see, man.
These are actually my so-called friends. So.
Oh, that was
No,
harsh.
I'm kidding, man.
Man, Don't worry, I'll choke him out later.
I still love you guys. All right, man. You Javel, I already shouted you out, but I'm going to start shouting you out every time now, buddy.
You better listen and we're going to stop.
If you don't listen, I'm coming to your house.
In India?
No, he doesn't live in India.
Oh.
He lives around here.
Oh, he does?
Well, he lives... Do you want
in the
me to
United
say where he
States?
lives? Yes,
How about,
he lives
man, you really are just going to spill the beans on it. I hope this guy's got a green card because he almost just got him arrested.
He lives by the casino, the boat casino, but not the one in Elgin.
I mean, come on, Larry. What are you doing here?
He lives in Aurora, dude.
With that kind of name, you think it's hard to find if you look it up. How many of you Javels are living in Aurora?
You want to fucking hear something? You want to hear something?
Yeah, I want to hear something.
I wanted to look him up on Facebook one time.
It wasn't that hard.
A long time ago. It was. There was fucking 10 pages of Javel. Not only his first name, but his last name,
But did you type specifically where he was at? Or you were just looking for him?
I was looking for him.
Oh, yeah. Well, good luck with that. I mean,
there was a million Javel.
It's like typing
his exact
John.
Same last name. And then I said to him, dude.
It's like
I'm looking at little baby pictures of Indian guys trying to figure out which one is
Whoa, man.
And I couldn't figure it out. And I go, dude, I couldn't find you. And there's so many dudes with your exact same name. And he's like, I'm not on Facebook. And so then,
well, that was a great story.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Shout out to Mr. X.
Oh, look at that.
Harmony and Helly, my cats.
Yeah,
they're so great. Jessica, we love you, Jay. Clara, Sherry. Sherry's out in Hawaii. Hope you're having fun, baby.
Hope the island doesn't burn.
Yeah. You could listen to this and pretend you're back home. Luann, Becky, Chrissy. Of course, Tiffany Woodcock out there in Portland.
Woodcock Wood Shop.
Mary, my wife, the best for allowing me to live.
And be a sugar baby.
Pascola.
Yeah, doing nothing all day, just playing guitar.
Fuck off.
Having bands over.
Zodiac, another brother from another mother. Chris out there in Florida.
Love you, Chris, man. Hope you're feeling better, bro.
Russell, how you doing, buddy? No Filter Frank. Last but not least, No Shirt Nick. I gotta say thank you one more time, brother, for that first tank of gas.
How about us getting to the bottom of Little Nicky and the Pervs at the... Do you have any more shout-outs? Is that it?
Hard.
Is that it?
Of course, OnlyFans, and we got to mention Tom's Free Clinic.
Oh, man. Tom's. So he's selling N96 masks now. I helped him pick them up. They're a knockoff, so we had to kind of write a 5 on them. But that's all right, though. So if you got a freckle on your little schmeckle, call Tom's Free Clinic. Now selling N96 masks.
And they still got a lot of vaccines
Well,
left.
I'm very pissed off that so are you done with your shit? Because I want to talk about, I wanted to open a vaccine clinic. COVID clinic.
COVID testing.
COVID testing center. Thank you, Larry. That's what I want to know. But Larry is all against that. And I don't understand why.
I don't want to be part of it.
But you're not part of it. Technically, you're part of the solution. In God's eyes, right?
Those tests don't work, man.
They got them
amped up to a place where everything looks like it's
are you a scientist?
No, but I read a lot about it.
Okay.
And
I think that would be a good idea. It's
a
nice government job. We could just sit around all day, test people, swab their noses.
That's a little gross, though, too.
What's that? You could completely wear a hazmat suit. It'd be hilarious.
That's what I want to do.
Doesn't that sound fun? For 8 hours in a hazmat suit? I mean, we could probably pay ourselves. Like those people that were getting paid at the...
I like the sound of that, pay ourselves.
Yeah. Well, the government pays us and then we pay ourselves.
Handsomely.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Larry's Needles LLC is also going to be our name of our COVID testing center.
If I had Larry's Needles.
Larry and Needles.
If I had my own... All right, because you don't need needles. We put a swab. Larry Needles swabs.
Mm-hmm.
If I was in charge of my own
Destiny?
pace scale, payments, I would fucking pay myself well.
Oh, you don't
Very
think
well.
any American would do that?
Yeah.
What kind of person that
I'm
would
just
not
saying,
pay
I'm
them?
just putting it out
Oh my
there.
God! If I could make my own pay limit,
But
I wouldn't pay
get
myself
crazy.
a lot.
I wouldn't get crazy, though.
What's crazy?
You know.
Well, what's
I keep
crazy?
it under like 10 G's a week.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
You're kidding me, right?
Yeah.
If you could have as much as
You
you,
don't have
want,
to be... Dude, I'm not a greedy guy, man.
but if you could have as much money as you want, at one point, just one lump sum, or how do you do that? A weekly, or is that what you're saying? You want 10 G's a week?
Yeah, that's a little low. You're right.
I mean, come
I
on,
probably
man.
spent
How many?
more than that at times.
10 G's a week? I mean, with all your, I mean, this guy buys used underwear off the internet. That's going to probably run up 10 G's a week.
They're getting expensive.
I know. And I mean, especially because now you're buying big girl ones. It's twice the money.
More for the shipping.
Well, I'm not even talking about the shipping, just for the sheer cost of materials. And you got to put them in a special box.
They all charge the same.
No pun intended. They all charge the same.
They all come from a special box.
Mm. Mm.
Anyways, man, we're really happy y'all are fucking tuning in still. We're losing listeners and we're gaining
I don't think you should say that out loud, but that's okay.
No, I don't give a fuck, man.
I know, I could tell because you didn't run that by me, but you're just fucking going off the rails.
No, when I say that, we lost like 2. So that's
We lost more than that, I think, but it don't matter.
Was it like 3?
Rome wasn't built in a day.
That's right. But we gained a few, too. Mm-hmm. We lost a couple here. We gained a few there. So.
Yeah, we got a new listener. She's 400 pounds.
So that counts for 2.
Yeah. Maybe 3 if you got to buy a plane ticket.
Maybe.
So that's how we're going off of.
Depends. If they got one of those double seats at the aisle, she might fit.
Oh, I don't know about that. Still spilling out. You need 3 seats. But I mean, it was crazy because I went out shopping the other day, and the amount of people that are of bigger stature.
Oh, yeah.
It is amazing. Like, I don't know, man. Like, people that were over 200 pounds easily. And you know what I mean? I'm not a skinny guy, but.
Do you weigh a deuce?
Yeah. Okay. A little bit under 200.
Okay.
But I'm fucking pure death. I'm going to test you later.
I'm gonna well, you know what? I still need to drop about fucking 5 to 7 pounds. So
yeah.
I want to be at about 152. And then
welcome to Weight Talk with Larry and Needles.
And then I'm gonna fucking
start banging dudes
practice.
again.
No, I'm gonna fucking go take a secret class of Krav
Oh
Maga.
man, this sounds really gay.
So I can fucking kick your ass.
It's all butt stuff.
Yeah.
That's all we do.
It's Krav.
For some reason, he grabs my hips and pulls my pants down. This is a different takedown. How is this takedown the lead? This is not legal. You can't do this in a tournament. But the whole point...
I do like it. They show us a lot of nice arm and leg breaking moves. And
listen,
stuff.
The whole point of it is to end a fucking fight
fast.
In 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
I'm just saying.
Way too long.
I know, but I'm saying 10 seconds. You know? Which is
10 seconds is
when you don't really think about it.
2
and you
seconds.
When you because we did a drill for like 2 minutes last night. It was like ground and pound sit-ups. You know what I mean? And like
I like some of those exercises.
What's that called? A cycle?
Plank.
No, what do you do? A circuit. It's like circuit training. You do different things and you go around. But it's funny though. There's nothing better than fucking kicking and punching your friends.
But it's cool. He does it for a minute, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, depending on what the thing is, and he's going balls out for this time. But you know, his explanation is you're putting it out for this amount of time because when you fucking get into it with somebody,
when you need to,
you're going to compress all that shit down.
When it's time to get down to business,
second.
Oh.
You know,
well, no, it's where you're going to put your hand, where you're going to put your
minutes.
knee, where you're going to put your fingers. Because this shit's crazy. Nuts, face, eyes, nose, ears, everything. There is not, because what did Sonny say? There's no rules in a street fight.
Right.
People think like, that.
It's not an honorable martial art thing where they have all these disciplines and ways of thinking.
It's about just
they don't
hurting people and disarming them.
Yeah.
Because we did rubber knives, we do guns. It's hilarious.
I was fucking not there the night of the fucking rubber knife.
The rubber knives are awesome. They give you a rubber knife and you try to stab, we stab each other and shit.
Nice.
And you got to get wrist lock, and I love it. It's fun.
Pretty dope,
it's good
man.
to, you know what I mean? It's good to do shit with your boys.
That's what I
Kiki
said to
fucking comes with us.
Yeah.
It's funny. We just beat the shit out of each other.
I did the same thing to No Shirt Nick last time I saw him that I did to Mary. I was like, hey, just put your hands around my neck like you're going to choke me.
Jesus,
He's like, why
man.
would I do that,
Yeah.
man?
It's like,
I go, I just want to show you some shit I learned. He's like, no thanks.
yeah, because you're a fucking caged animal. You're like, choke me, your brother. What the fuck kind of weird shit is that?
Something bad is coming after
well,
that.
yeah. Hey, choke me. I just learned how to distract you or even dismantle
Disarm
you.
you. And
He's
kill
not even
you.
just put your hands on my throat. We should say
All right,
though.
I'm not worried.
Yeah, because I'm gonna hurt you because I don't know how to punch, without sparring.
Fake punch.
But so we did get down to the nitty gritty of Lil Nicky and the Pervs.
Yeah, we laughed and laughed, man. We realized why we're so fucking crazy. Speaking of which, Catachronic is playing October 19th at Keith Cure in Sycamore. I think it's like on Route 46 out there in
Really?
Illinois. Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to come and stab Larry, that's the place
come
to
on
do
down,
it.
man. It's fun.
I'll point him out to you.
It's a weed farm, so we're gonna
Oh,
be
jeez,
smoking.
man.
It is. It's legal.
I know, but
they grow weed. They're registered.
I don't know if you should be giving all this information out. You're really the information guy today, aren't
It's
you?
a registered company with the fucking system. They got their license.
Yeah, but I don't think they want just people they don't know showing up.
No, it's a bar. They got a bar too.
Well,
They got a bar. They got a farm. It's fucking really nice. Actually, man, last time I was there, they gave not only to give me like tons of fucking weed, but they sometimes they have like really good vegetables, zucchinis, fucking tomatoes.
you're a fucking zucchini. All right, let's end this bitch. I got pissed.
All right. Anyways, thank you again for tuning in. I'm Larry.
And I'm Needles.
Peace
Love
out.
you. Like, subscribe. 5-star review.
Yeah.
Larry and